Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rickie and today we are going to be doing the clean girl makeup look. This makeup style, makeup trend has absolutely exploded over on TikTok, and we all know that whatever starts on TikTok slowly seeps its way into the other social media forms. So I am so happy to be doing a little bit more of a longer form makeup tutorial for you guys, and I hope this video is exactly what you're looking for. This is going to be a very beautiful, fresh makeup look with enough coverage to make you look like you have a flawless base without looking like you have way too much on all at once just to go out and do your everyday activities. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the first step is to moisturize. Whatever type of skin you have, you should moisturize before applying other products to make sure all the other products are sitting on top of it beautifully. So today I'm using the Cerave Daily Moisturizing Lotion for normal to dry skin, taking just a little bit of that and putting it all over my face. Next up, we're gonna prime our faces. Now this is completely optional. My favorite primer is the Urban Decay Ultra Glow All Night Primer. It looks like this. I would recommend this step if you're gonna be wearing this makeup all day or you're going out for the evening and you're gonna be doing a lot of activities. If you're just meeting up with friends, running to the store, maybe grabbing a cup of coffee, definitely you don't need to prime to make it last all day. So this one is completely up to you. Just based on my activities today, I'm going to skip this step and I'm gonna go straight to the foundation. So for my base makeup today, I am gonna be mixing two foundations. The first foundation is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. This does have an SPF 20 in it, and I'm gonna be mixing it with the Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I am a really big fan of it, but for me, it's not enough coverage. I feel like unless you have perfect 1000% flawless skin, maybe this is enough, but I'm gonna back it up with just a little bit of my Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup to give it a little bit more coverage. First, taking my Flawless Filter. This is in the shade number 2, which is labeled Fair. Taking my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to go ahead and start blending that in. As you can see, as I'm blending it out, you can see it's not really giving me coverage, but it is evening out my skin tone and giving kind of like a filter-like effect, which is what I love about this product. Now going in with my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. This is in the shade 10 Classic Ivory. As you can see, as I go over this blemish, it's not gonna cover it up like completely, but I kind of like that look because it doesn't really look like I have a mask on, but it does cover up more of that discoloration, so it's not as bright and standing out as before. So this is just with the moisturizer, the Flawless Filter, and the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. If you guys could see my skin literally just in a mirror, I think it already looks 10 times better than what we started with. So I'm actually gonna go in with a cream bronzer and a liquid blush first. If I do my concealer right now, by the time I finish doing my other cream products, the concealer is gonna crease a little bit before I can set it. So now I'm gonna go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics cream bronzer. I love this one. This is in the shade Nakey, which is the lightest shade that she came out with. I'm gonna take my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH08 brush. I'm gonna take just a little bit on the edge of my brush because this is really pigmented, and just start right on top of my cheekbones here in a circular motion, pressing it into my skin. I'm someone who definitely is gonna go lighter on my bronzer just for an everyday makeup look. So you can go as heavy or light as you want on your bronzer, but for me, I'm just gonna do a really, really light, very, very natural bronze look. Also, I'm gonna take it around and up towards my temples and across just the very top of my forehead here. I like to take whatever excess is just down the nose, so I feel like I am a little bit sun-kissed, a little bit bronzed down the bridge of my nose as well. Super, super light bronze, but I just love how it warms up my skin. Now I'm going in with my liquid blush. This is the Blursh by Made by Mitchell, and this is in the shade Sweet Cheeks. I love this formula. It's extremely pigmented and long wearing. And I'm really gonna get my beauty blender all saturated with that evenly, so when I put it across my skin, it doesn't all come out at once, just in one spot. Starting at the high points of my cheek, I'm just gonna blend that in and blend it down. I am gonna go over the bridge of my nose as well, just for a very rosy look. Side note, a great alternative to the Made by Mitchell Blursh if you are in the States and you can't get your hands on it. Definitely, I love the e.l.f. Putty Blush. It is amazing as well. Okay, now we're going back to the concealer. I am gonna be using my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer today. This is my all-time favorite drugstore concealer. It works really, really well for my skin and I'm obsessed with the formula. This is in the shade Fair Warm. Starting right underneath the eyes a little bit, also in the corner of the eyes, just to lift everything up. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. If you need extra coverage, you can always add the concealer where you need more coverage. I like to leave the corner points until the very end so they have long enough to sit, so when we blend it out, it really, really brightens and lifts that area of the face. Next up, just to powder the center areas of my face that might get a little bit oily, I'm taking my Maybelline FitMe Matte+Poreless Pressed Powder. This is in the shade 110 Porcelain, and I'm just going to take that on a Real Techniques setting brush and very, very lightly with just a little bit of powder set right underneath my eyes because we just finished putting that concealer. On my chin, down the middle of the nose, and up on the forehead. This step is super quick and literally takes about 2 seconds. Next, moving on to brows. Everyone has their own routine for their brows, how they like their brows to look, and I'm just gonna show you what has been working for me recently. So first, I'm just going to brush through my brows really, really, really easy. Just take whatever sort of spoolie you have and brush through them so they're going in the direction that you prefer. If you know, thick brows are in. They have been in for several years now. Now I think we're just getting more into the trend of a fluffy and more natural and more effortlessly looking brow. But if you have super skinny brows like me that have a lot of hair missing, patches missing, they were over tweezed years and years ago, this is how I fake my way into getting bigger, more fluffy looking brows. First, I'm gonna start with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze and any spoolie. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit and now I'm gonna comb it through my brows. A little goes a very long way with this product, so as soon as I initially place it, I'm also going to take some and place it in my other brow as well, so I kind of feel like I have an equal amount on both brows. Now with this product, I'm going to start brushing my brows up and out towards my temples. You can see one side compared to the other side. This is just a little bit more lifted and full looking. I'm going to repeat the same step on my other eyebrow. Okay, now that the brows are brushed up, I'm gonna give that product a little bit of time to set, so now I'm gonna move on back to my face makeup. So because I prefer to go a little bit more heavy-handed on my blush, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Monochromatic Multi-Stick to do another layer of kind of blush and blend it into my highlight. This is in the shade Glowing Mango, and you can use this as a blush, you can use it as a highlighter. It looks something like this, and this is super easy, just straight from the tube. I'm gonna go ahead, very lightly press it on the very top of my cheekbones. Just taking my finger, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in. I do prefer to bring this actually pretty close to my eyes, almost like as if it was part of my eyeshadow as well, just kind of bringing a little bit of shadow to the outer edge of my face. Again, once I do it on this side, I'm gonna kind of tap it where my brow bone is and kind of tap and flick it outwards towards my outer corner. Okay, I'm still waiting for my eyebrows to completely set. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of work on my eyes. So for today, I am gonna be using the Made by Mitchell palette. I love this palette. I am going to be going into the very first shade here. It is called Salt Bae. On the camera, it looks completely stark white, but in person, it has a very, very warm, yellowy, soft undertone that just doesn't look so stark on your skin, but really brightens it from a distance. This is a PC22 brush from Peaches and Cream. You do not need this brush. You can literally use any small fluffy brush to do this step. Now just placing that right underneath my brow bone, very, very lightly, very, very softly, you can see how it just lifts that so much compared to the other side. Using the exact same shade and technique, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in my inner corner. Okay, the next step, I'm gonna throw something in my crease. Now, originally I was gonna use another shade from the Made by Mitchell palette, but just to be more universal and to show you literally anybody can do this, I'm gonna take my powder bronzer, my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Light Bronzer, so it's just the lightest one that they have. And I'm gonna take this on a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH35 brush, but you can literally use any fluffy brush. It can be any size, preferably it just needs to be soft and easy to maneuver around your eye socket. Just getting a bit of that on my brush. Tap off the excess and go ahead and just throw that in your crease. This does not need to be precise. You just want to add a little bit of definition back into the eye socket. And you can mix it in with that white shade on the brow bone so there is not a harsh line. This part is optional, but I like to take whatever is left on my brush and just flick it out towards my outer edge, kind of just to get this really, really nice blown out kind of look. Also, this is optional as well. If you want to take just a little bit more of that shadow starting on the inner corner and start to bring it down the inside of the bridge of your nose very, very lightly, you want to make sure that the bronzer that you use is just a flattering shade to your skin tone so it doesn't look too harsh. The very last thing I'm gonna do on my eyes before my mascara is I'm actually gonna take my brow pencil. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. I'm going to take just the tip of this and very, very, very lightly, just on the outer 1/3 of my eye, I'm gonna line my eye just to add a bit of definition on the outer edge. So to do this easily, look down into your mirror, place your eyeliner or your eyebrow pencil right on the edge as close to your lash line as possible and just start wiggling it a teeny tiny bit back and forth. You can do this with light brown, dark brown, you can do it with black. I'm just using the same color as my eyebrows because it's easier that way. And just like that, you have this really, really easy, totally achievable eyeliner that makes your eyes pop without being too overwhelming. To finish off the brows now, I'm gonna use that same brow pencil and very, very easily, I'm just gonna do very, very light brow-like flicks in the direction that my hair is already kind of stuck to my face because we use that brow freeze. This step is super quick and you're just gonna fill in any sparse areas and follow the natural line that your eyebrows have set out for you. You can go really light on this step or you can be really heavy-handed if you like a really more dark and defined brow. I prefer to keep it a little bit more light on the brows, so pretty much just from here to here, that's just all I'm gonna change. Definitely want to have a light hand when you're doing this and go slow and steady. If you're not used to doing your brows or filling them in this way and you want to try it, just do one section at a time. Don't try to do the whole brow and then see if it looks good. Work on one section, see if it looks good, see if you like it, and then go on from there. I like to go into the opposite side of my brow pencil where the spoolie is and very, very lightly just spoolie through everything and it will give it a very nice soft finish. Because you already have that brow freeze in, your brows are not going to be super, super movable, but that's what I like about it because you can just kind of blend everything together but still have a really fluffy, natural looking brow. And just like that, that is how I go from my super scrawny natural brows into kind of this nice, full, natural looking fluffy brow. We are almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyelashes now. So I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and apply a coat of mascara. This is the Lash Paradise Mascara by L'Oreal. You can get this at any drugstore. I kind of go back and forth between a few drugstore mascaras. This is just the one that I'm on right now, and I'm gonna do a few coats of that. To get a slightly more flared effect with my eyelashes, I like to do a nice coat just all across the base of my lash, and then I take extra product and spend extra time just flicking out the outer edge of my lash to get a little bit more of a lifted effect on the outside. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more and define just the outer edge of my lash. And I'm not gonna pull straight up, I'm actually gonna pull more diagonally outwards. And that's a super easy way to get a little bit more of a dramatic look on the edge of your lash without having to use any false eyelashes. You can leave the lower lash line blank if you like, but I'm gonna do a very light coat of mascara on my bottom lashes. For highlight, I am gonna use my BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali highlighting palette. I have really used and abused this palette. I am gonna be taking the lightest shade in the highlighter. You need a very, very little amount of this, and that is what I love about it. On any highlighting brush, I'm gonna take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH09 brush. I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit of that, tap off the excess, which as you can see, it's very pigmented, and just on the very highest point of my cheeks, brush it across very, very lightly. I'm gonna bring it down the bridge of my nose, just a little bit on the tip of my nose and the Cupid's bow. Although this is a powder highlight, I feel like the formula is actually very creamy when you use the right amount, so it doesn't give a powdery look to the skin. Last but not least, we are going to move on to the lips. I am going to line my lips with the Youngblood Cosmetics lip liner. This is in the shade Malt. NYX lip liners, if you're looking at the drugstore, they have a lot of amazing lip liners that I use, but I love this one in particular. I actually got it from a friend. It's just the perfect warm nude for me. So as I line my lips, I like to add more on the outer corner so I have a slightly, not necessarily because I want an ombre effect, just because I want more definition on the outside. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my Marc Jacobs lipstick. This is in the shade Sonic Truth. This is what it looks like. It's not super nude, it's not super pink, it's a really, really nice in between. And I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate that on the center, but overall I'm gonna put it all over my lips. I really, really love this lip combo. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like one of the main components of clean girl makeup or that girl makeup is a nice, not too nude, but not too dark lip with a beautiful gloss on top. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip gloss. This is in the shade Audacious, and this is gonna give me the most beautiful shine on the lips. I really just feel like this lip gloss is everything and more. I'm obsessed with it. I think it gives the most beautiful finish. And now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off all my makeup with my Makeup Revolution Super Hold, Super Fix Setting Spray. Alright you guys, that is the end of this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you learned something new. If you have any questions or any suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and get back to you on those. I love how fresh and flawless my makeup looks when I do it this way. I feel like I have enough products on the skin to really give me life and to give me a beautiful filter without making it look like I'm really wearing so many products, and that my makeup is just gonna melt off my face. If you want to catch up with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at RickieT.Beauty and RickieT.Beauty. Same on Instagram and TikTok. Definitely like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this and keep up with all my videos. Alright you guys, whether you are an absolute beginner or an experienced makeup artist, I hope that you got something from this video and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye guys!